primary jerseys with red and black trim. So similar colors here. Red is a theme, and it's a good move from Kayden Lemire down the far side, and then just avoided a hard hit from Middlestead. Puck into the far corner in the Vancouver end. Reskiewicz up the middle and not out. Corbin Vaughn will hold it in, a snapshot into the glove.
The top two of the top defensemen eligible for this year's draft. But mention too that only 2 WHL goalies were drafted by the NHL last year.
Hood and Ravensburgen, both with 6-4 records on the season. Dominic Kelly will chip it deep into the Cougars zone. There's a Reskiewicz trying to hunt it down behind the net. Scooped back to the blue line. Middlestead left point. Chips it down past Dominic Kelly behind the net. Here's Jacob Reskiewicz in the right corner. Spins and fires from the near board. Stick save from Ravensburgen. Alberta in there. He's got 2 Cougars, but it'll come back to McCloskey from the line and a kick save. Big rebound off Ravensburgen to the far boards. And it hits the skates of the referee, but right to Prince George. Lemire at the end of his shift. To center, no further. Giants at the... has him barreling down on him as Middlestead now has the puck. Middlestead out of his own zone. A backhand feed to Pura, and he will chip it in from center. Puck in the far corner. And not connecting on that pass. Lemire could not get a stick on that. They will call it icing.
Get a puck on net or even get a face-off in the offensive zone.
There's that offensive zone face-off. Giants, well, they lost it, but they got the puck back. Here's Alberta up high at the blue line. A shot dribbles through, and a good pad save from Ravensburgen on Morelli. Almost had his first in the WHL. Pura, far corner. Big body, rookie in the league. Gets it to the right corner for Alberta. Trying to sidestep a check. He works along the outside to the half wall. Throws it in front, and Ravensburgen finds.
Got that puck inside the Vancouver zone.
Sure got. In their own zone. Cooper Jazowski from Edmonton, Alberta. 24 points already on the season for the 20-year-old. Claimed off waivers by the Cougars in the offseason from Lethbridge. As it's worked up the far wall, Morelli trying to win it back in front of his own bench. Pura now up and dumped in deep by Schmidt. That's going to get called. The late hit on Pura. Giants
4:08 left in the first period. Have a look. This is a penalty call coming up. Keep your eyes over in that far side. Oh, no, it's interference, actually, between the blue lines.
That rebound, Cougar about to come out of the box as it's lifted out by Carls. Middlestead has Lemire all over him, trying to drive it to the net, and it's...
To your point, yeah, he should have shot a little bit quicker there. But nonetheless, I mean, he's trying to create some good plays with the puck.
The ability to still get that shot off in tight right in front of the net is a good effort. Is Morelli now. Sparks still out there with Pura, and Morelli chipped up and out by Jazowski down into the Vancouver end. McCloskey will clear to center. Deflected in by the Cougars. McCloskey back for the puck. He's hit by Lemire. Pura trying to help out. Cut off by Shergott to the line for Carls. Fakes the shot. Trying to get around the screen there of Sparks. Hood is down. Doesn't have a stick. And he gets back into his crease. A centering pass. Couldn't make it back out front. Here's Pura trying to chip it off Domanski. Will it get out? Just barely. Cougars to clear the zone, and Pura will whack it down into the Prince. Alberta now looking for Oreskovic. Picked off by Prince George. Back into their own zone now, deflected in deep. Off the stick of Shergott. Hood will play it to the far corner. Shergott cuts off the wall. Middlestead trying to hold him there. Alberta also engaged with Lemire. Puck at the far side boards in the Vancouver end. Howell now behind the net has it. Turns off a check. Backhands it up the wall for Dominic Kelly. His pass out of the reach of Alberta. Will it be an icing? Yes, it will be. Played last year for the Okotoks Oilers in the BC Hockey League, but we talked about him as a playmaker, 8 power play assists for such.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame
Yeah.
show. That's impressive. That forward that gets you points on the power play passes. Riley Height.
Yes, one of the best playmakers the Western Hockey League has ever seen.
In the offensive zone, he was dynamite. You give him power play with him, puck on his stick, and he worked from the back wall so well.
Right now, Cougars in their own zone. They work it out to Lee Shergott, who will stick handle and now chip it past Middlestead. Pursues the puck behind the Vancouver net. Middlestead. Jazowski got in the way. Looking for it. They continue to battle, he and Middlestead. And now Tomik gets around. He is using his speed down the left wing into the offensive zone. The Slovak forward will chip it into an open corner on the far side. Morelli following up. Carl's up the wall. And now Shergott flips it past Regal into the...
Really was a dangerous opportunity.
Giants win the face-off. Oreskovic to the blue line. Skok not quite ready to shoot. He'll chip it into the near corner. Giants trying to start a cycle here. Morelli back to Alain. Holding it in the zone. Down the wall for Morelli. Cycle continues for Oreskovic. Back to Alain. From the blue line. Winds and fires. It's blocked. I think that hit Alberta in front. It'll come to Such on the near boards. Oreskovic trying to hold it in, can't. It's Shergott with speed. Shooting it past Skok deep in the Vancouver end. Hood will flip it into the near corner. Engages with Cahill. Oreskovic now Alberta tries to lift the stick of Shergott. Puck still in that near corner in the Cougars zone. Oreskovic, Alberta going to work. Giants 20-year-old gets the puck. Alberta to Middlestead. Back to the near wall. Alberta wasn't quite ready for that return feed. Cahill takes over. Lemire can't clear. Dominic Kelly holds it in. Alberta behind the defense and a blocker save. Ravensburg and directs it over the nets. Oreskovic down low. Alberta back to the blue line. McCloskey, a shot just missed on the short side. Middlestead will move up, pinches, chips it down low. Oreskovic from the corner to an open side. McCloskey will move up. Right corner, down low. Oreskovic protecting the puck. Pokes it to the line. McCloskey, a wrist shot, kick save, rebound. Alberta behind the nets to Middlestead. Pressure from the Giants. Walking the line. Middlestead, a low shot off Dominic Kelly into the near corner. He retrieves the puck. The pressure continuing, and a shot over the net from Dominic Kelly. McCloskey, right point. Deflected wide by Alberta. Behind the net, he's got Tomik, bottom of the circle. Doesn't want to shoot it. Up to McCloskey. A shot from the line. Knocked down in front. Alberta looking for it. Oh, and he's shot it wide. Fanned on that shot. Still more pressure from the Giants. Schmidt now onto the ice, but McCloskey couldn't get the puck to him. It's lifted high and out by Prince George, and they will chip it in deep. Lemire
With 32.7 seconds left and a 1-0 Vancouver lead.
Alberta looked like almost wanted to sparks, but it'll be the Cougars pressuring and chipping it in now from center Riley Ash, going after the puck himself behind the Giants net. McCloskey in there, Middlestead and Tittleback against 2 Cougars. Ash is able to center, but Alberta read it wisely. Tittleback the other way with speed. Overskated it, dumped in by Middlestead. Final 8 seconds of the period. Ash will flip it up and out. McCloskey dumps it right back in. So that'll do it, Bill, for 40 minutes. Giant Cougars. McCloskey up the right side. Dominic Kelly down the near wing. Drop pass behind him a little blindly. Oreskovic trying to hold the zone. But it will come out. Shergott now Gazowski. And flipped into the Vancouver end. Middlestead is there. Forced back behind his own net. Chips it along the near side boards and past Dominic Kelly out to center. Snap back in by Corbin Vaughn. Giants deep in their own zone. Past McCloskey to Dominic Kelly. Off Alberta. Dribbles to the Cougars blue line as they work it up ahead. Lemire will carry in down the left wing. Slides it past McCloskey. Middlestead took that hit. Pinching up aggressively in the far corner of the Cougars. Johnson couldn't quite center. Oreskovic can't clear. Held in by Prince George. Anisimov up the far wing. Cross ice here. Shergott onto the loose puck with speed. Drops for Gazowski and a block from Regal. Centering pass in front just out of the reach of Lemire. Anisimov will hold it in the zone. Shergott pinned to the boards by Skok. Doing a good job there. So Giants have it in their own zone. Regal banking it up for Oreskovic. Carl's causing a turnover. Shergott down the left side. Gazowski back to Shergott. 2-on-1 down low. Right down Main Street off the post. As he snapped Shergott off the skate of Carl's. McCloskey trying to catch him. Middlestead will break it up. Tomik can't get it ahead further. Dumped in by Prince George. 10:20 to go in the third. It is now a 1-1 score. Game has been tight throughout. Giants tried to pull away in the second, but Ravensburgen made a number of saves, and now it's a 1-1 score. Schmidt, fan on the pass just inside the Cougars line, and so it's flipped in by Kayden Lemire. Gazowski in behind the Vancouver net, first onto it. Gets it up to the blue line. Anisimov to the right point. A snapshot stopped off hood. There's a puck lying there off the rebound, and in will come Tomik to take the puck.
Somebody moving. That's 2 or 3 times he's done that in this hockey game.
Giants win the offensive zone face-off. Dominic Kelly working hard behind the net, but lost the puck. Good job from Dumansky. Got up the near boards, and Gazowski will flip it deep. Skok back for it. Bumped there. Elaine trying to help him out. Oreskovic waiting just off the puck. It'll go free to the corner for him. Flips it out to center. Can't connect, though, and it's slapped back in by Gazowski. Skok has a man on him. Up the far boards, too far. Dumansky will pinch up, shot block, right to Carl's. Wrist shot into the glove. Corner as the wave has quite a bit of energy created in this building.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Shergott now trying to work his way through the Giants' defense. A pass to the near corner. Lemire poking it behind the net. Shergott couldn't get it back to Lemire. McCloskey, pass off his stick, stays in play at center, and Middlestead will just swat it in to the Cougars' end. Ravensburgen out to play it behind his net along the far side. Lemire to Shergott, overskated, but Lemire is there to snap it behind the Vancouver net. On it first is Gazowski. In front, he's got a man in Shergott. What a block from Dominic Kelly. And he's first to the loose puck, chips it up and out. Off a Cougar stick, I think, no? I thought that hit a Cougar stick. They're going to call it ice.